Chapter 1. Introduction to Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice was released in 2019, developed by From Software and published by Activision. It marked a distinct evolution from From Software's previous titles, such as Dark Souls and Bloodborne, blending intense action with stealth and intricate story elements. Directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, known for his unique approach to challenging gameplay and immersive worlds, Sekiro introduced players to a vivid, dark fantasy version of late 1500s Sengoku-era Japan. The game centers on a lone shinobi, known as the Wolf, navigating a fractured land filled with political intrigue, supernatural entities, and relentless foes. Sekiro's narrative weaves together themes of duty, loyalty, sacrifice, and the confrontation with death itself, making it not just an action game, but a profound exploration of human will in the face of overwhelming adversity. Chapter 2. The Land and Era of Sekiro. The story unfolds in a mythical version of Japan's late 16th century, a time called the Sengoku period, characterized by near-constant military conflict and political instability. This era was marked by fractured rule, where powerful warlords, each commanding their own clan, fought fiercely for dominance. Yet Sekiro's world is not merely an historical retelling. It blends history with dark fantasy, adding supernatural elements like mythical beasts, ancient curses, and arcane forces that blur the line between reality and myth. The geography of this world stretches from calm, sacred mountain temples draped in cherry blossoms to scorched battlefields and crumbling fortresses, each location telling its own story of war and loss. The Ashina clan struggles desperately to hold on to power amidst invasions and internal betrayal, representing the fragile political balance. The various factions not only vie for control through strength, but also manipulate ancient mystical forces to sway fate. This backdrop is vital, creating a living world filled with danger and uncertainty, where loyalty is tested and survival demands sacrifice. Chapter 3. The Wolf and His Burden. At the narrative's core is Sekiro himself, known as the Wolf, a skilled shinobi shrouded in mystery. His true name is hidden to protect both himself and those he serves. As a child, he was gravely injured and abandoned, saved by the Sculptor, who took him in and taught him the way of the shinobi. Raised with a singular purpose, the Wolf swore an oath to protect Lord Kuro, the divine heir, no matter the cost. This loyalty drives Sekiro beyond mere survival. He faces not only human foes, but supernatural threats that seek to end his mission. The Wolf's prosthetic arm, equipped with tools like grappling hooks, shurikens, and swords, symbolizes his resilience and adaptability after losing his real arm in a past battle. This arm is both weapon and lifeline, allowing him to maneuver swiftly and confront enemies with cunning. Throughout his journey, Sekiro wrestles with pain, loss, and the heavy weight of his responsibility, embodying the commitment of a protector whose identity is defined by service and sacrifice. The unbreakable bond between the Wolf and Kuro is the heart of the story, tested repeatedly as political intrigue, betrayal, and war threaten to tear them apart. Chapter 4. The Divine Heir and the Dragon Heritage. Lord Kuro, the Divine Heir, is the embodiment of an ancient bloodline known as the Dragon Heritage, a mystical force granting both immortality and extraordinary powers. This heritage is entwined with dragons, celestial beings whose blessings bestow eternal life, but at a profound cost. Kuro's immortality traps him in a cycle of death and resurrection, a never-ending loop that drains his spirit and those around him. Many factions desire to capture or harness his power, from rival clans hoping to end their own struggles to malevolent entities looking to exploit the divine energy for personal gain. Kuro's inner conflict between accepting his curse or ending it drives much of the narrative. Though revered as a blessed figure, he fears the endless repetitions of death and fears becoming a prisoner of fate. His relationship with Sekiro is deeply layered, a mutual dependence where protection, trust, and shared burden intertwine. Despite his divine nature, Kuro is poignantly human, wrestling with loneliness, responsibility, and the desire for freedom from his curse. His story highlights the bittersweet nature of immortality, a gift tangled with sorrow and sacrifice that shapes the destinies of those who serve and oppose him. Chapter 5. The Ashina Clan and Political Turmoil. The Ashina clan is a once powerful force struggling to survive amid a crumbling political landscape and external invasions. Led by Ashina, a formidable warrior with a vision of restoring his clan to glory, Ashina is beset by threats from rival factions and internal dissent. The clan's military might has diminished, and its hold over its territory weakens with each passing day. Sekiro's involvement extends beyond protecting Lord Kuro. He becomes entangled in this clan's desperate attempts to maintain sovereignty in the face of declining power. The Ashina leadership grapples with difficult choices, sometimes resorting to alliances steeped in mistrust, treachery, and ruthlessness. Key family members and retainers hold conflicting views about how best to wield power and whether to use the dragon's heritage for their own ends. This political turmoil deepens the narrative, illustrating the complexities of loyalty as some warriors struggle between serving their clan, the divine heir, or personal ambitions. The volatile nature of Ashina's court mirrors the fractured nation, where trust is a rare commodity, and survival demands both cunning and sacrifice. Chapter 6. Genichiro Ashina, Ambition and Conflict. Genichiro Ashina, the fierce and determined prince of the Ashina clan, is a complex figure, marked by ambition and desperation. Raised amid war and the decline of his clan, Genichiro is driven by an unwavering desire to secure a future for Ashina, even if that means resorting to forbidden methods. His primary objective becomes capturing Lord Kuro and harnessing the dragon's heritage to save his people from destruction. This pursuit brings him into direct conflict with Sekiro, creating a profound rivalry shaped by opposing ideals and tragic undertones. Genichiro's steadfastness reflects a warrior bound by loyalty to his bloodline, yet his willingness to embrace dark, unnatural powers illustrates how ambition can corrupt. Despite his harsh actions, glimpses of vulnerability and honor reveal him as a tragic hero, caught between familial duty and the harsh realities of survival. His confrontations with Sekiro are intense struggles that highlight themes of pride, sacrifice, and the devastating consequences of clinging to power at any cost. Chapter 7. The Sculptor and the Longevity of Life. The Sculptor, an enigmatic elder who became Sekiro's guardian, serves a pivotal role beyond that of a craftsman. Once a shinobi himself, he now leads a solitary life, tending to the wounded and forging Sekiro's prosthetic arm, a symbol of hope amid despair. His skilled hands craft ingenious tools essential for survival, blending traditional craftsmanship with innovative mechanical design. The sculptor's history hints at his own long journey, marked by the burdens of extended life. His wounds and eyes tell stories of battles and sacrifices hidden beneath a calm demeanor. His workshop is cluttered with relics, half-finished prosthetics, and aged scrolls, reflecting a lifetime dedicated to resilience and adaptation. The sculptor embodies themes of endurance, the cost of prolonged existence, and the wisdom born from hardship. Serving as Sekiro's mentor and emotional anchor, he helps navigate the blurred lines between mortality and immortality. His presence is a quiet reminder that survival demands both physical strength and inner resolve amid chaos. Chapter 8. The Divine Realm and Supernatural Forces. Beneath the surface of human conflicts lies the Divine Realm, a mystical plane that shapes the fate of Sekiro's world. This realm intertwines with the mortal plane, populated by ancient dragons, vengeful spirits, and elemental gods whose powers ripple through the land. These supernatural forces influence events and characters, often manifesting in curses, miraculous revival, and otherworldly phenomena. The dragon's heritage itself is tied to this realm, linking Lord Kuro and others to celestial powers beyond mortal comprehension. Many bosses encountered throughout the journey, such as the corrupted monk and the guardian ape, embody these spirits or are conduits of ancient energy, challenging Sekiro's physical prowess and spiritual will. The presence of yokai, spectral warriors, and arcane mysteries enriches the narrative, reminding players that the world is shaped by both seen and unseen powers. This blend of mythology and reality deepens the story, revealing how humanity's fate is often intertwined with forces ancient and unknowable, and highlighting the delicate balance between mortal life and the eternal. Chapter 9. The Ashina Outskirts and Early Trials. The Ashina Outskirts mark the beginning of Sekiro's arduous journey. This harsh, wild region serves as both a physical and symbolic threshold between stability and chaos. Rugged forests, dangerous cliffs, and scattered villages provide a setting fraught with peril and mystery. Here, Sekiro must face some of his earliest foes: bandits, samurai loyal to rival factions, and deadly assassins sent to thwart his mission. These conflicts are not only tests of martial skill, but opportunities to understand the unfolding political and supernatural crises endangering Ashina. The environment itself captures the roughness of war-torn life: crumbling shrines scarred by battle, abandoned campsites, and signs of supernatural activity. Sekiro's encounters here lay the groundwork for his role as a guardian, introducing key themes of loyalty, survival, and resilience. Each completed trial brings him closer to Lord Kuro, and deeper into the dangerous realities threatening the land's fragile peace. Chapter 10. The Encounter with the Folding Screen Monkeys and Supernatural Trials. One of the early supernatural challenges comes with Sekiro's encounter with the Folding Screen Monkeys, enigmatic creatures residing within a mountain temple. These yokai-like beings are not outright enemies, but mischievous spirits embodying ancient folklore. Their puzzle-like behavior, jumping between the walls of the temple's folding screens, requires Sekiro to observe carefully, use stealth, and adapt his approach beyond straightforward combat. This encounter underscores how the world balances the tangible and the mystical. Facing these creatures, Sekiro glimpses the layer of magic and enigma woven throughout the land, where sentient spirits influence events behind the scenes. It also reinforces the theme that not all threats are mortal enemies. Some are tests of perception and patience, reflecting the rich mythology embedded in the Sengoku era's belief systems. The folding screen monkeys remind players and figures alike that danger can be subtle, and understanding is often as crucial as strength in overcoming trials. Chapter 11. Lady Emma and the Healing Arts. Lady Emma emerges as a vital figure, bringing compassion and wisdom amid Sekiro's violent quest. As a skilled practitioner of the healing arts, trained in herbal medicine and the study of mystical curses, she offers care to those wounded physically and spiritually. More than just a healer, Emma serves as a moral compass, guiding Sekiro and Lord Kuro through the dangers posed by the dragon's heritage. Her knowledge about the curse afflicting Kuro reveals how deep the wound between mortal and immortal runs. Her remedies soothe but cannot fully heal. Emma's devotion reflects an unwavering loyalty to preserving life, making her a quiet but powerful presence amid chaos. She also embodies the theme of balance between strength and gentleness, destruction and healing. Her interactions with Sekiro reveal a humanity often lost amid the war, emphasizing the importance of hope, understanding, and the search for peace in a fractured world. Emma's role underscores that survival is not only about fighting, but about nurturing the fragile ties binding people together. Chapter 12. The Mortal Blade and the Quest for Destiny. The Mortal Blade stands at the heart of Sekiro's journey, an ancient and unique weapon with the extraordinary power to sever the immortal ties binding Lord Kuro to the curse of eternal life. Unlike ordinary swords, the Mortal Blade can cut through the dragon's heritage itself, offering a way to break the endless cycle of death and rebirth. Its history is steeped in legend, once wielded to maintain balance between gods and men. Acquiring and mastering this blade thrusts Sekiro into a deeper struggle involving rival factions, mystical guardians, and ancient secrets. The blade's dual nature embodies hope and destruction. It can grant freedom or unleash devastation depending on its wielder's choices. Its significance raises profound questions about fate, sacrifice, and the price of reclaiming mortality. Allies and enemies alike covet or fear the Mortal Blade, knowing its potential to reshape history. Sekiro's relationship with this weapon ultimately defines the direction of the story, underlining that destiny is something to be fought for, not merely accepted. Chapter 13. The Battle Against the Corrupted and Undead. As Sekiro advances, he encounters numerous adversaries twisted by the curse of immortality. Warriors and monks whose souls have been consumed by the relentless cycle of life and death. These corrupted beings serve as grim reminders of the heavy toll exacted by the dragon's heritage. Among them are fearsome figures like the corrupted monk, once noble fighters, now lost to torment, and undead enemies who relentlessly seek to end Sekiro's mission. Their distorted forms and haunting presence evoke sorrow as much as fear, embodying the decay of soul and body intertwined with immortality's curse. Each battle tests Sekiro's resolve, forcing him to confront not just physical threats, but the existential weight of endless suffering. These foes illustrate the fragile boundary between humanity and monstrosity, evoking themes of redemption and despair. The fight against these corrupted forces also reinforces the narrative's central conflict, the struggle to break free from the bonds of cursed immortality before it consumes all. Chapter 14. The Serpent and the Underworld. Journey. A defining episode in Sekiro's Odyssey is his encounter with the Great Serpent, an enormous, ancient guardian entwined with the threshold between the living world and the underworld. This invisible realm represents the liminal space where souls linger and where time's flow bends between past, present, and future. The serpent serves both as protector and symbol of cyclical life, death, and rebirth, echoing the burdens imposed by the dragon's heritage. To pass this guardian and advance, Sekiro must navigate treacherous terrain filled with spiritual echoes and hidden dangers that test not only his combat skill, but his understanding of fate. This surreal journey amplifies the game's mythic qualities, inviting reflection on the nature of existence and the inevitable passage all must face. It also reveals how intertwined the mortal and divine realms are, highlighting that to challenge death is to challenge ancient cosmic orders. The serpent's lair, adorned with glowing stone pillars and bioluminescent flora, evokes awe and trepidation, marking a turning point in Sekiro's quest. Chapter 15. The Pursuit by the Shichimen Warriors. As Sekiro delves deeper into the mysteries of the dragon's heritage in the divine realm, he is relentlessly pursued by the Shichimen warriors, ethereal guardians composed of both spirit and armor. These fearsome entities embody the divine will, defending the secrets of immortality and punishing those who dare to interfere. Their translucent forms flicker between being corporeal and spectral as they wield glowing halberds infused with otherworldly power. Their pursuit symbolizes the unyielding resistance of the cosmos to mortal infringement on divine matters. Each encounter with the Shichimen warriors brings not only danger, but a stark reminder that meddling with immortality risks invoking the wrath of gods and ancient forces. Their relentless chase forces Sekiro to adopt ever more cunning strategies and endurance, heightening the story's tension at the stakes of his mission. The Shichimen warriors personify the cost of defiance and the boundaries humanity must sometimes respect. Chapter 16. Emma's Choice and the Path of Immortality. Emma's role deepens as she counsels both Sekiro and Lord Kuro about the moral complexities surrounding the curse of immortality and the quest to end it. Her philosophy centers on acceptance. The natural order of life and death must be respected, even if it means enduring pain and loss. She warns of the dangers in forcibly breaking the cycle, suggesting that some powers are beyond mortal right and carry unforeseen consequences. This position challenges Sekiro's and Lord Kuro's desires to change fate, injecting a profound ethical dilemma into the narrative. Emma embodies compassion and wisdom, embodying the struggle between hope for change and respect for divine balance. Her guidance influences critical decisions and shapes the story's multiple endings, reflecting varying beliefs about duty, sacrifice, and redemption. Through Emma, the tale explores how loyalty to those we love sometimes calls for restraint and acceptance, highlighting the human struggle between ambition and surrender. Chapter 17. The Ashina Outlaws and Local Resistance. Outside the noble conflicts, the Ashina countryside teems with simmering unrest and survival struggles. Various groups, from desperate outlaws and bandits to minor lords and peasants, seize opportunities amidst disorder to plot, resist, or survive. These local factions, often overlooked by the great clans, add layers to the Sengoku era's portrait as a landscape rife with shifting loyalties and fractured authority. Some outlaws resist Ashina's rule, seeking freedom or vengeance, while others exploit chaos for selfish gain. Sekiro's interactions with these groups reveal the fragile social fabric beneath sprawling political games. Villagers who live in fear, thieves who thrive in lawless zones, and mercenaries who switch allegiances at will all populate this volatile world. Through these encounters, the story unfolds with rich texture, highlighting personal stories caught between grander conflicts. This human element illustrates that the effects of war reach far beyond castles and battlegrounds, shaping the lives of ordinary people whose choices influence the larger fate of the land. Chapter 18. Isshin Ashina, the Warrior's Legacy. Ashina, the venerable leader and legendary swordsman of the Ashina clan, represents the clan's spirit and history. A man who has shaped the fate of Ashina with his sword and wisdom, Ishin embodies honor, strength, and the burdens that come with leadership. His formidable combat skill and strategic mind command respect from allies and enemies alike. Ishin's legacy is vast, reflecting centuries of clan decisions, moral conflicts, and sacrifice. He stands at the tension between preserving traditional values and confronting new threats that challenge Ashina's place in the world. His past reveals secrets about how the dragon's heritage was discovered and how ambition and desperation have shaped the clan's current crisis. Interactions with Ishin invite reflection on leadership's costs, the price of pride, the necessity of redemption, and the weight inheritance places on those who bear it. His enduring presence underscores the inevitability of change and the relentless passage of time in a land scarred by war and loss. Chapter 19. The Guardian Ape and the Primal Beast Within. Among the formidable monsters guarding the land's secrets, the Guardian Ape stands as a chilling embodiment of primal rage and the wildness lurking at civilization's edge. This enormous beast, feared by locals, is a terrifying force blending raw animal strength with hints of forgotten spiritual rituals. Its unpredictable fury and brutal combat style force Sekiro into a harrowing battle that tests endurance, strategy, and courage. The lair of the Guardian Ape holds ancient totems, ritualistic markings, and remnants of human sacrifices, suggesting a dark history intertwined with spiritual beliefs and the clash between man and nature. This confrontation symbolizes the tension between humanity's civilized shell and the untamed instincts we all harbor. The battle's intensity and folklore-rich environment elevate the story, blending horror, mythology, and the raw power of nature. Overcoming the Guardian Ape is not only a physical triumph, but a rite of passage for Sekiro, confronting the wild forces that threaten order. Chapter 20. The Palace and the Bloodlines of Power. The Ashina Palace stands as the symbolic heart of the clan's dominion, a fortress deeply entwined with ancestral heritage and political tension. Within its imposing stone walls, adorned with autumnal maple leaves and tense courtyards, loyalty and rivalry coexist uneasily. Sekiro's infiltration of the palace reveals the inner workings of Ashina's leadership and the struggles over succession, power, and the dragon's heritage. Key figures here embody conflicting agendas, from fierce retainers defending traditional rule to schemers driven by hidden motives. The palace itself, weathered by time and war, serves as a metaphor for Ashina's strength and fragility. It is a place where bloodlines dictate status and destiny, yet where ambition and betrayal constantly threaten to undo tradition. The palace is a crucible of personal and political drama, demanding difficult choices that shape the fate of the clan and influence the broader conflict unfolding across the land. Chapter 21. The Final Confrontation, Choices and Consequences. Sekiro's journey culminates in a series of decisive confrontations that determine not only his fate, but that of Lord Kuro, the Ashina clan, and the world itself. These battles test his martial prowess and challenge his core beliefs about loyalty, honor, and freedom. Faced with choices that weigh duty against personal conviction, Sekiro must decide whether to uphold the cycle of immortality or shatter it, each path carrying profound consequences. These climaxes transcend mere physical conflicts, becoming philosophical reckoning with death, rebirth, and the ethics of power. The multiple possible endings explore themes of sacrifice, redemption, hope, and despair. The narrative asks what it truly means to live and die, suggesting that freedom may come not from escaping fate, but from embracing the cost of choice. In these final moments, the shadows that have followed the wolf throughout his journey brighten or deepen, offering closure to a story rich with complexity and profound human emotion. Chapter 22. The Wolf's Legacy and the Meaning of Shadows. As the tale of Sekiro concludes, the legacy of the wolf endures as a testament to unwavering loyalty and the struggle against fate. His journey through shadows, both literal and metaphorical, reveals the cost of protecting what is precious amidst relentless adversity. The themes of death and resurrection, sacrifice and redemption weave a narrative that transcends individual battles to touch on universal human experiences. The shadows serve as guardians, memories and burdens, but also as reminders of resilience. The wolf's story speaks to the power of determination and the enduring hope that, even in the darkest times, one can choose a path of purpose and honor.